Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your favorite stream of the week. Thursday nights, two Christians and, well, two mics technically, but same stream. We're going to rant a little bit. We got some news for you. I'm back. I had some family issues going on. Everything's okay, but last week I wasn't able to make it. Thank you, Joel, for stepping in, and thank you, Jeremiah, for putting together the show notes in probably 15 minutes.
That was well, Joel called me right before we started the show, and he's like, "What are we doing?" And I said, "I have no idea." So be ready just to wing it. The consensus is, though, Alex, that you and Joel, we asked who the audience thought was more handsome, and it ended up into a tie.
Uh-oh.
It was a tie. So you and Joel are equally good looking. So you do have that going for you. I'm a little disappointed because I think you got better facial hair than Joel does.
Yeah, I'm like 15 years younger than the guy. Come on, guys.
Come on, guys. Know your host.
How old is Joel?
He's got to be close to my age. I just turned 40.
Yeah.
I think he's like 41, 42.
Yeah, so I'm only 20. I'm a 20-year-old still.
Basically. But no, Joel did, it was nice of Joel to kind of step in there, brother from the Hammer and Anvil Society, and we did good. We rocked the show. Although, according to you, and it did make sense, we did get bot viewed on that show, which makes sense. We did have some pretty adamant haters out there watching the show, and they got a little more fiery than they normally do on here, Alex, because you know how the haters love hating on us.
Yeah, it's not hard to bot a stream these days. There's actually a CEO by the name of Devin Nash, and he talks about the botting situation over on Twitch and how pretty much every streamer that you watch on Twitch and Kick are view botting. It's a huge problem. They're doing it themselves, but I think some people on YouTube think it hurts your stream, so they do it to you out of spite, or it could be like maybe an ally trying to be like helping out. It doesn't help and it doesn't hurt. So whoever's doing it, I mean, you're not really doing anything. YouTube knows what's a bot and what's not. All right. They have billions and billions of dollars invested into AI right now. So they're not losing sleep over it.
No, I'm sure they're not. But it was good. It was good. Glad to have you back, though. Glad everything is okay and ready to rock and roll. Welcome, Ohio Patriot. Welcome, Ron
What up,
Smith.
Ohio? Ron Smith. How you guys doing?
3-2.
Miss you too, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Tonight, I have a bunch of stuff on the nail bomber, right? The young kid in New York City who threw a nail bomb at Jake Lang. But before we dive into our first topic, Jeremiah has some sweet AI brain rot slop or something like
brain rot slop to start off your days, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, if you're here, kindly hit that like button for us and comment, subscribe to our channels if you haven't already. Now, this first video that I got for us, I want you to tell me, Alex, and chat, I want your opinion on this. This is for the men. Did this guy do this woman dirty? That is the question.
I've been seeing a lot of these. I don't know what he's going to bring up, but I've been seeing a lot of these videos lately.
It's pretty prevalent.
Want to hear something funny? Is I asked my grandfather the question tonight because I was at my grandmother's for dinner, and I was like, "Hey, pops, I got a question for you. If you're out in public and a stranger, a lady, comes up to you and punches you in the face, what do you do?" He's like, "Well, I'd walk away." I said, "All right." And she hits you again. He said, "Yeah, I'm going to hit her back." So don't run up on my grandfather. All right. He's got that old man Navy strength. It's going down.
You don't mess with the old man Navy strength. Definitely don't mess with that old man Navy strength. Okay. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, did this man do her wrong or was he in the right? Let's find out.
My husband told me that I needed to pack my stuff and get the fuck out the house.
Her husband kicked her out after she did this.
My husband is mad at me because he walked in and he saw that I'm making breakfast. And I told him that this was for me and my daughter and that if he wanted some, he needs to cook for himself. If you're that hungry, There's a McDonald's down the street, or there's eggs in the fridge and there's bacon, and you can make it yourself. I told him, if you don't want to cook, you could wait and see if there's any leftovers. If there's leftovers, go ahead and eat. And then on top of that, I'm doing scrambled eggs. He wants a fried egg. That's too much work. I didn't know that me making that video was gonna upset him so much. I literally have nowhere to go. My husband told me that I needed to.
Okay, so he left her. Was he in the right, or was she in?
There's not enough context for that. I mean, this is not.
Alex, would you leave your wife if she didn't cook you breakfast, but she cooked your kids breakfast and herself breakfast?
I wouldn't leave her, but I would be pretty upset, and I'd probably do something petty like that. And then that leads to a whole bunch of more problems. I don't know. That's pretty petty. But I would if she was like, if I was like, I want a fried egg, and she's making scrambled eggs. Okay. If she's just gonna make me I'll eat the scrambled eggs. Right? You're a guy. Why are you picky? Right? You know,
that's true. Yeah.
Are you a fried egg or scrambled egg guy?
I'm all around eggs, brother. Like you can't make an egg that I won't eat.
Right.
So yeah, he is being a little picky there, but yeah, I don't know. I think leaving the woman is a little too much, a little too far.
They're married, right?
Yes. According
at least
to
have
the
kids
post.
together.
Yeah, according to the post, they at least have a kid together.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I think leaving her is a little bit dirty. I think that's a conversation you can have. And fix that. I think that was just a little too much. Just a little too much.
But exactly, this is what I was thinking. Ohio Patriot. This isn't the only thing she's probably gets stupid about. Yeah, that's probably the 9,000 thing. If I'm assuming here.
That yeah. If we had more context, I'm sure that was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah,
it was just layers. Too many layers there. Alex, did you hear that? There is a new Barbie that has come out.
You better be black or the left is racist. That's all I'm saying.
It is a leftist Barbie, though, Alex.
Okay. What is
that's liberal? Barbie. I mean, it looks just like an affluent white female liberal. It's a spitting image. Every one of them Minnesota ICE protesters, that's exactly what they look like. Am I wrong or am I wrong?
Yeah.
Am I right?
No, absolutely. I'm more stressed out about liberal white women right now than anything. I see a white woman upset in public. I'm like, oh, here we go.
I know, right? Like they say that there's white people are systemically racist. Like we cross the street and women clutch their purses when like a black person walks by. It's like, no, when I see a white liberal woman, yeah, exactly. That's what I do. I'm like, oh man, what's gonna happen? She's gonna scream. As soon as I see blue hair, I'm like, my heart starts pounding. I'm like, I got the phone. I got 911 dialed, and I'm getting ready to hit the other one just in case.
Yeah, dude. Like, what is it with like blue hair? Like, maybe a streak of blue, like I get, but like I've seen dudes with just like green hair. I'm like, you don't have a job, right? Like, because if I am employing you and you come in with green hair, I don't even care about your politics. I'm like, there's something else going on here.
Right. Yeah, there's something that women who dye their hair a lot. Period. But dude, they all work at Starbucks, bro. If you've ever been inside Starbucks, they all look with blue hair, red hair, pink hair, green hair.
Starbucks tow a truck with their nose ring.
Yeah, dude, that's where they all go to pretend they're working.
Toilet said, "I know her."
Okay, now I'm going to play this next video. This one isn't funny. It is beyond strange, though. I've already said too much. I'm going to play this video, and I want you to tell me, chat, I want you, the first thing that pops into your head, Alex, the first thing that pops into your head when you see this.
I want to show you I've got a birthmark on my mind. I think you like it. Wash my spine and just to show the tears of lies is on me.
All right. What's the word?
I can't say that on YouTube. Fire. And not the good kind.
Paris Freak Show. Okay, I said one word, chat. Give me one word that popped into your head as soon as you saw that. Obviously, for me, I mean demonic.
Yeah, that's what Toilet said. Demonic influences.
Is that what demonic influences? Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Yep.
Spot on. Okay. I guess it doesn't have to be one word. I was
freak. Patriot freak would be the word. There you go.
Paris Freak Show. Yeah. Okay. You can, so whatever phrase comes to mind. Yeah. Demonic. Clear. Like people go and pay money to see that. Like that's a fashion show. That's just bizarre to me, dude. Like I would never buy a ticket to go see that.
It's like when your kids come up to you and they're like, "Dad, we want to do a fashion show." And you go in there and it's like they've got like Paw Patrol on with like a Scream mask. What's going on here?
Oh man, so a Chicago Bears fan, Alex. He's solving boomer problems one household at a time. And I think if you have grandparents, I think we can all take a lesson from this guy. And
I blocked CNN at my mom's house using parental controls. Now she keeps calling me saying she can't watch the news. And that's how you save America. Everybody have faith.
That is how you save America, my friends. Lock the boomers out of their shows. Don't let them watch anymore.
It's pretty good. Yeah, hats off to that guy. Not a bad strategy.
No, it's not a bad strategy because there's still, despite everything that's happened since 2020, Alex, there are still people who watch alphabet news networks and think that they're getting fair and balanced news. That just blows my mind.
Yeah, no, and it's that, that last demographic they're holding on to. And unfortunately, I don't you try to get your grandmother to switch her cable company. It's like, Grandma, we don't watch cable anymore. We have other services here.
There's journalists out there who actually do journalism. I don't know if you've heard of them, but they're out there. They don't talk about Trump every 2 seconds. It's pretty crazy. Yeah. They're reporting news sometimes.
Grandma, why are you spending $20 a month to get the newspaper delivered to your house? What are you doing?
Right. Seriously. Yeah. Although there is something special about or something. I don't know what the word is for it. Sitting on your porch with a coffee on a summer morning with a physical newspaper in your hand. There is something about that.
Absolutely nothing special about that. I've never read a newspaper in my life.
Don't try it. Okay. Don't knock it until you try it. Okay. Next time you're on vacation or something and you wake up before anybody else, grab your coffee, find a physical paper, and then come back on the show and tell me if there was anything special about it or if I'm just crazy.
Well, but the thing is, I'm trying to run for mayor, and there's a big black population, and as you know, the best way to get the black vote is by not reading. Apparently, according to Gavin Newsom. So
according to Gavin Newsom,
actually,
that's true. That's true. I guess there's nothing you can do about that. It's the winning political strategy, courtesy of Gavin Newsom. Now, Alex, the UK has fallen. Okay, they're getting ready to take all their kings and queens and civil magistrates of the past off of their currency. And they're going to replace it with like animals and stuff, like hedgehogs and elephants. So yeah, real story.
I thought you were joking.
No, it's an actual story. But this cop right here, like, I'm glad. I mean, this is coming to America should Democrats ever take over again. But this is what's going down in Britain right now. Oh, why is there no sound on this video? This is what I get for not. No. Well, never mind. Police arrest a man for sharing a social media post that caused somebody anxiety. Why am I in cuffs? Because of something that Then I share. Yeah. So that's been going on in Britain for a while now. It's what's amazing to me with the situation with arresting people for social media posts is that, like the cops that are doing it, like you feel like some of them would have a conscience and be like, hey, maybe I shouldn't arrest my fellow countrymen for social media posts.
There's got to be an interview out there of somebody who quit, right? Like at least one. You're right. Like where's the interview?
Somebody, anybody,
It,
show me that some man in the UK has balls.
Yeah. So I feel like, all right. So like there are people who have proposed for abortion clinics, for example. If we all stand outside and block the doors, they're not going to arrest us all, right? Usually it's a bad idea. Yeah, actually, they will arrest you all.
They will arrest you.
But with the power of the internet, if I can literally get arrested for just sharing a post, I mean, you can go viral with a post.
Right.
Are they going to arrest 100,000 people? I mean, 100,000 shares is not uncommon.
It's true. It's true.
And I wonder how, like, who do they tell who, like, did they arrest every person that shared that post?
Right.
Or did
or did they pick the guy who
shares
who originated it? Yeah. Yeah.
Or
that's a good point. Because now are you like being like, are you on some list now because you shared it? Maybe you didn't get arrested. By the way, Delmy, yes, Jesus is Lord. Hallelujah. UK will be a caliphate. It's headed that way. It sure seems like the civil magistrates there are just itching for Sharia law.
Yeah, I think before it comes to America, we just have to fight fire with fire and just bring blasphemy laws back. Hey, you guys want to do that? Well, we can do that too.
All right. This last video I got for the first part of our show here is courtesy of Turning Point UK. To me, this is I don't know. Is this unchristian? You tell me. You know, if Antifa wants it, did we give it to him?
Absolutely. 100%.
I mean, with the Charlie Kirk shirt on and everything, just laid that dude out. Did you see him dodge that? It's like, pow, dude. That was like F-A-F-O.
Yeah, for some reason, there seems to be a correlation between the right and the left or there's a correlation between the right physically just dominating the left. I don't know, causation. I don't know, but there's a correlation somewhere.
It's definitely a correlation. No doubt about that. It's
I didn't see anything unchristian.
I didn't either. It seems like that guy came up looking for trouble. And the guy who knocked him out didn't seem like he had like a wife and kids around or, any family that he had to worry about. It was, hey, square up. Let's get it done. And see, the thing is, though, is that the right conservatives and Christians conservatives by nature are just not like it. It does take quite a bit to get us to that point. Most of us, at least. I mean, you got like bikers and stuff that like you just wouldn't mess with. But like, guys like me and you, like people with families, it's like we're not like Antifa is going to go out and be violent everywhere they go. In every city and in every protest that they do, no matter what they're protesting, doesn't matter what the cause is, they're going to be violent at the cause. For us, like we don't do that stuff. We're not ready to go out and just be violent like that. Like we got to be provoked. I think that, I don't know, man. It's like you think about Christians back in the medieval times. It's like, we probably would have driven the Muslims out of the land by now.
Yeah, I mean, amen. But just in general, like in ancient Israel, you ever read passages of scripture where it's like, and then he tore his clothes. Like you have a grown man tearing off his clothes in public because he was offended.
Yeah.
Like that was the culture. we've definitely been sissified in the West, I think.
Yes. No.
Unfortunately,
Jesus did teach us differently, but he didn't teach us to be wimps.
Right.
You know, he did teach us that there is a time and a place to love your enemies, and there's a time and a place to defend your family. Right? Paul said, "Those who will, if you won't lay down your life for your friends, that's the greatest love you can give your friends is to be willing to lay down your life for them." If you someone who does not take care of his family first is worse than an unbeliever. We read about that as well. So yes, Jesus did give us a line that he pushed pretty far out that people have to cross for us to get to that point. But in my opinion, I think the left in general has overall crossed that line. Maybe we don't get guns and go round them up or anything, but I think we need to make some laws to or something to be like, A, you like communism, socialism, all that's outlawed, or B, like we're going to ship you out of the country with the illegal immigrants. If you like them so much, well, we're going to send you away with them.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other part is like, would you be okay then with calling the cops instead of hitting the person back? And it's like, well, what's the cop going to do? He is going to use violence to stop this person. Now, maybe he doesn't have to punch him in the face. Maybe the guy, cooperates and just gets arrested instead. But that is violence. Arresting somebody is violence. And then the extreme hypotheticals are always good to test logic. And it's like, would you stop someone from punching your wife in the face, or would you use violence as a result of dealing with someone punching your wife in the face or your daughter?
I would call the cops and wait 10 minutes for them to get there after my wife has already been pummeled.
Use your words.
Of course, I'm gonna commit violence. Yeah. It's not even a question.
Exactly.
But that's it is good to. That's a good point. It is good to test hypotheticals with extreme examples there. But that's all I got for the first half of the show. I might have a couple at the end for us if you guys stick around. By the way, if you are watching, do us a solid and hit that thumbs up button and share the show and subscribe to our channels if you have not.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Jeremiah. So our first kind of topic of the night, our main topic here, Jake Lang went to New York City. Now, Jake Lang is a instigator, all right? But he is expressing his freedom of speech. And yes, it pisses people off, especially Muslims. Now, the thing about pissing off Muslims is they are also, like the left, maybe that's why they get along, quick to use violence. So before I actually play the first video, I'm going to play one of the things, just as an example of what Jake Lang does to instigate. Now, I think it's hilarious, but I understand why the outrage. Now, I don't think it's an excuse for violence, obviously, but let's see what Jake was doing in New York City, shall we? So there's Jake with a couple of friends. And what's that? Is that a full roasted pig? Muslims love pork.
I see that.
He brought a full roasted pig.
And I think, this is this, I believe they brought it to Mom Donnie's office. Yeah, right outside his office. In the middle of Ramadan.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, this is what he's doing, and behavior like this, which I support, resulted in, well, you'll see here. You hear what he's saying? Deport white liberal woman.
Okay. I can get behind him there.
So somebody threw something.
Somebody threw a fucking bomb, bro. That was a nail bomb.
And there it is. Right there.
Oh, wow.
Someone's got to get the goat.
Why are the police just kind of chilling?
Well, then, it's just a bomb. But I'll show you what happened. Because the police actually, dude, New York City police roll deep. Okay.
They have to.
Have you ever heard of a nail bomb, by the way? Let's talk about this for a second.
No, I'm unfamiliar with a nail bomb. From what it sounds like, I'm going to guess that when it explodes, it just shoots nails out everywhere.
Yeah, so it's like, I'm sure right now you could go around your house and collect a bunch of screws and nails from various projects, right? Yeah. Everybody's got that junk drawer. And you put that in some sort of contraption with some sort of explosive. And, it's similar to a bullet. You get metal shrapnel flying at you fast enough. And a lot of it, that'll do some damage. That could definitely kill some people. So where did this come from, right? They're protesting. They're behind a gate. So, like, this protest was under control. And what happened? So this is... there's this interesting video where you see the first bomb not go off, but be thrown. And it was as a man was protesting the protest, right? An anti-protester, you may call it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And it's interesting. Listen to what he says here, because that's very important. So put your listening ears on for a second.
Born and raised in New York, and we want everyone here to stay in New York. You don't get to come from outside and then tell everyone else.
I'm pretty sure he said Allah Akbar when he threw it too. But look at the stun. This dude is stunned. He's just like, peace and love, man. You're welcome. We love you.
Encouraging illegal immigration.
And this kid just uses him as a shield. That was a good throw too. That was he might have played. I don't know if they play baseball in Muslim countries, but I'm sure they play some sort of sports.
Well, he's like Ohio Patriots said. They used the nail bombs against the Jews, so he probably came from the Middle East, where he had good practice throwing them at the Jews already. Yeah.
Oh man! But oh god.
Yeah, tell me you got the follow-up video with this guy.
Yeah, New York police roll deep. All right, these boys roll deep. He gets it one from his friend. You're an accomplice now. Tries to light it.
His friend doesn't look so convinced that this is a good idea.
No. Oh, it skipped. So they got the friend too, but oh man, the original video, I thought I had a different video. It skipped there at a second, but literally like 20 cops swarmed this guy. And there were protesters or anti-protesters. They're literally saying, leave him alone.
Leave him alone. Okay. What is wrong with these people? What do you mean leave him alone? Like, please, he's just throwing a bomb. There's no need to put him in handcuffs. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Intended? Are you alleging these two men intended? Oh yeah, because we'll see later. This post was deleted by the post author. We'll put a bookmark in that and come back to people saying that was aimed at Mamdani. But they did. Here's another pic of.
Now tell me you got that journalist guy who had the bomb thrown over his head. Tell me you got his follow-up video where he talks about that.
No, I didn't know there was one.
You don't. Oh man.
Find that. Absolutely. We'll find it together here. Here's a picture real quick of the suspect who threw the nail bomb. All right, got arrested by the cops there. I think, who knows, anything could be AI nowadays, but they did arrest him. All right, let's see. Is this him, Walter Masterson?
Yes, I think so. If you can find the follow-up video he did to that.
Might be him there. Oh, was this a parody? It says he's a comedian, and he performs abortion services. I think that could have been the best thing to happen to his career. I stand with the Empire. Was that him? Does that look like him? It looks like him.
It does look like him.
So this was parody? Oh.
That might change some things if that is a parody. Because he did a follow-up TikTok video talking about this incident, and it's stereotypical lib mumbo jumbo that he's talking. That's why I want to find this interview. Oh man, I'm scrolling through libs of TikTok. I know she's got it. I thought I had this video on deck. That's why I'm like scrolling through my bookmarks. I'm like, why? How do I not have this? But go ahead. If you got anything else while I'm looking for this, shouldn't take me too long to find it here.
All right, so maybe it wasn't parody. And yes, they obviously should be charged. We watched it unfold. Dude jumped over me to throw it. Then he ran a few feet. They both just stood there. I kept thinking, are you trying to get caught? Because then he posts stuff like this. A terrorist jumped over my shoulder to throw an explosive at a pardoned terrorist from January 6th. And he's posting a lot of anti-Jake Lang posts.
Maybe he's not a parody. Maybe he is a comedian and he's just really bad at comedy.
A lot of comedians are political activists nowadays. Unfortunately, that's our culture.
That is a great question, Moldy Apple. Why so many Muslims move to the interior of the country? They're moving everywhere, man. I don't know if they're just like necessarily moving to the interior of the country. I think there's nowhere that is off limits for them. It's wherever they can find a place to take over communities and institute Sharia law, whether overtly or covertly. That's where they're going to go. They're going to go where they can congregate and kind of set their own rules and do their own thing. I can't find this video, but anyway, he's on video talking about how he's not going to use this situation as an excuse to condemn illegal immigrants or immigrants in general. He's not going to become a bigot. The situation's not going to turn me into a bigot, he said. I wish I could find the video, but nonetheless.
That's a wild guy for sure. The stunned look on his face, though, is just amazing to me. He's like, "Oh man,
it's what do they call it? They call it the red something, the connection for the alliance between socialists and the Muslims. I forget.
Oh no,
forget the something.
Help us out, chat.
Connection or something. Yeah, help us out, chat, if you can. But it's funny because this actually happened in Iran. Speaking of, Iranian sleeper cells, who got activated today, by the way, school shootings, two shootings today. In 1979, when the radical Muslims took over Iran, they were assisted by the leftists. And then once radical Islamists took over, they started executing the leftists and they had to flee to another country. I forget where they ended up migrating to, but yeah, so that's like the story, the pattern is already there. The game plan has already been written. These idiot leftists are going to help these Muslims. And then as soon as the Muslims take power, they're just going to execute all the leftists because they don't agree with leftist policies.
Yeah. I mean, it's like the enemy of my friend, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. until the enemy's no longer there.
Yeah.
and
then and then I'm going to throw you off a roof. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a Muslim proverb in there somewhere.
For sure.
All right. So this is Mayor Zoran Kwame Mamdani. Spelt Momdonnie is my favorite spelling of Mamdani I've ever seen. Yesterday, white supremacist Jake Lang organized a protest outside Gracie Mansion rooted in bigotry and racism. Such hate has no place in New York City. It is an affront to our city's values and the unity that define who we are. What followed was even more disturbing. Violence at a protest is never acceptable. The attempt to use an explosive device and hurt others is not only criminal, it is reprehensible and the antithesis of who we are. I want to thank the brave men and women of the NYPD who acted quickly to keep New Yorkers safe. Our officers ran toward danger without hesitation, demonstrating once again the courage and dedication it takes to protect this city every single day. My administration is closely monitoring the situation, and I remain in close contact with our police commissioner. Now, I don't think there's anything wrong with that tweet. I also think that his press conference that he did, which basically was the same thing he tweeted, I don't think there was anything wrong with it, except if this was the other way around and there was an Islamic, and according to him, extremist group protesting, and then there were anti-white supremacist protesters protesting them, and they threw something at them, do you think he would have qualified the protest that was happening, that it was a disgusting protest and had no room in his city?
Not a chance. Not a chance. It's also insanely ironic that he is congratulating the NYPD, considering he has proposed a $22 million budget decrease for the NYPD. So he's going to be cutting staff and taking away their money as he congratulates them on a job well done.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a good point, Ohio Patriot. Notice he labels Lang white supremacist, but doesn't mention who threw the bombs, right? But here's the thing. Even if Jake Lang is a certified white supremacist, Yahtzee, all the words, even if he's certified, right?
Right.
What does that have? Yeah. What does that have to do with him literally almost dying due to an attempt on his life? That's not like, that's more, I think, more dangerous than pulling a gun on somebody and trying to shoot them. Like, you would get attempted murder if you tried to shoot somebody.
For sure.
And so that's attempted murder right there.
No, it's definitely, it's attempted murder. Plus, like, if you throw a nail bomb, I mean, what do you think that's just gonna, like, all the nails are gonna just gravitate towards Jake Lang?
Right.
You know,
exactly.
I don't think so. Yeah, it's pretty insane that like how many innocent people could have eaten nails that day. Like, it's wild. I wonder, like, those guys got to feel like, I'm so glad those guys feel like idiots because they threw a bomb that didn't work and they got arrested for it. And now maybe they'll get off early from whatever sentence they get sentenced to and go shoot up a college, like the Muslim who shot up Old Dominion today, who was arrested in 2016. Got a light sentence and was released early from that light sentence and went and Allah Akbar, gotta kill these white Christians.
Yeah, and that it makes me think when you see a heightened activity of these attacks. There was a supposed car bomber trying to drive into a Jewish preschool and synagogue. There was also another thing that happened a couple weeks ago with the Muslim. I mean, this is it makes you think.
What do you think, man? Are these just random angry Muslims or are these Iranian sleeper cells?
I think it's in the middle, personally. I think it's all right. Picture this. We're in America and I don't know, say Christians are being persecuted in New York by Muslims at a high level. And me and you are in New York and we're like, hey, dude, like, we got to do something about this. Right. Like, we can't let this happen. The cops aren't doing anything about, like, you just start to talk to people. And with the internet, I mean, you talk to people online and everybody kind of forms this like ideology or this culture with the people just that they talk to. And I think it encourages this behavior because you start to see people will applaud me for this. People will have my back if I go out and do this. I'm going to be a hero. And so I don't think it's just random people in their own bubble by themselves. Oh, I hate what's going on. I'm going to do something about it. I think it might start that way, but it's encouraged by the people that they are surrounded with, in my opinion.
Good point. Good point. Yeah, I don't know. I think a sleeper cell would probably have bombs at work.
Morning,
if you're working for the Iranian government and you're activated here in this country, I think so. Yeah. I think that's when we'll see like real terrorism. I think it kind of is more along the lines of what you're saying, and it's probably a couple random angry Muslims as well, and but yeah, dude, I wouldn't say sleeper cell just yet, but I have to believe they're here, right? I mean, Biden let in 10 to 20 million immigrants over the border. There has to be some here. Like, what are they plotting? What cities are they going to hit? Is Rhode Island safe? Is Ohio safe? Are we going to be doing?
Sanctuary cities are definitely not safe.
No, not at all.
But I did just see last week, Senator Mike Lee proposed. We've talked about this a couple times. A national constitutional carry bill, which would remove the state's ability to license concealed carries, basically.
Yeah.
And so the only limitations would be criminal records and I think some mental health stuff.
So, I think that, the Congress can't do anything. So we'll see if that's just him talking a good game. So he gets his donations up and his election,
his midterm re-election.
Because that's a phenomenal idea. And I can't believe that that's not a thing already, considering the Constitution already says that I'm guaranteed the right to have guns. So, you know what I mean? So like the fact that states can even do it in the first place just doesn't make any sense to me. So if that's what we got to do and we got to take it to the Supreme Court, whatever, then we need to do that because first of all, you'll see people in states that have gun bans of some sort. You'll see the gun sales go up. You'll see people arming themselves. And hey, an armed society is a polite society. So if any sleeper cells want to activate themselves, that's why you'll never, ever see a world power land on American soil, because they're not just fighting the army. They're fighting literally every citizen armed to the teeth. And
yeah. Now imagine these guys who just got arrested for the nail bomb. Imagine if they were competent and then they threw a bomb and it exploded and hurt or killed people. And then you see him there lighting the second one. I don't know of a jury in America that's going to convict somebody for just open firing on that person while he's trying to light that second bomb.
Oh man, I don't know, man. A jury in New York, Washington, D.C., or California or Minnesota. I don't know, man.
If you get him while he's lighting the second bomb.
I don't know, man. I really don't know. These leftists are that crazy, dude. They are that crazy. Like they love the criminal and hate the victim. We live in bizarro world where I'm having a hard time wrapping my mind around it. Like how we talk about you can't have discourse with these people because they don't believe in like they pretend not to know things. I don't believe in objective reality. And it doesn't matter how weird and contradictory and hypocritical it is to support the criminal. They just do it. They just do it. No questions asked. So if you shot him while he's lighting the bomb, I don't know, man. Depends on the jury he gets, because I don't trust a leftist to put a criminal away unless he's wearing a Trump hat.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I get it. Fair point. We have here, speaking on the situation, CNN took a massive L. This is, what's her name? Abby Phillip. So let's hear what Abby Phillip had to say.
Issued a correction first thing in the morning on X for a mistake that I made in last night's show, but I also wanted to do so on air as well. I incorrectly said that the bombs that were thrown by ISIS-inspired suspects in New York over the weekend were directed at Mayor Mamdani. They were not. I failed to catch and correct that mistake in real time, and I take full responsibility for that. And while we do make mistakes, it is important to acknowledge and correct those errors when they happen.
Was it a mistake?
No, it wasn't.
Was Mamdani anywhere near that protest?
No. She didn't think she was ever going to have to issue that apology.
Yeah.
That is why you got to stop your mom and your grandma. You got to put the parental controls up and block CNN from that channel, man.
Oh man.
Well, I dropped in the private chat, man. Follow that one up with this lady who had to issue that apology. She takes another L here in this clip.
I can't speak for Mike Johnson, but I would say we've had 2 terrorist attacks here in the last 10 days.
So
can we condemn those? Why are we?
Of course. What does that have to do with Muslims?
What does that have to do with Muslims?
There is a radical strain of Islam that's led to these terrorist attacks. Obviously, the vast majority of Muslims are
people with terroristic ideologies here and all around the world. What does that have to do with whether Muslims belong in American society as a group?
Yeah, and let's be clear. Let's look.
Because they make up the majority of the terrorists, you idiot.
I'm talking about what Mike Johnson was saying.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about what he didn't say.
But you haven't read his full quote.
What I'm talking about is what he didn't
Islamic
say.
extremism without compromising our commitment to religious liberty. He was chiding those 2 members of Congress. And by the way, as a Republican, as a Republican, I believe that the same. I believe that the same amendment.
There are strong language.
The same amendment that gives those 2 members of Congress.
Or is it bigotry, Joe?
The same amendment that gives those 2 members of Congress the right to say things that are offensive, that I find actually offensive as well, is the same amendment that permits Muslim people to be here proudly and
nobody said that Mike Johnson.
It's not offensive. It's not offensive. You solve this problem. I'm sorry. You just anybody who practices Islam, put them in a SpaceX rocket and send them to Mars. It's problem solved. World peace.
Yeah. What does that have to do with Muslims? She said. I mean, that's insane. I am just as shocked as the lady she was talking to. This honestly happens to me in debates where you say something and you don't expect your opponent to be so stupid. You're like, actually, I gave you more credit because I didn't prepare for this question because I thought this was just completely obvious. What does Muslims committing terrorist acts have to do with Islam? I don't know, I guess.
Yeah, she was dumbfounded. She was like, what are you talking about, lady? We're talking about Muslim terrorists. I don't see the Buddhists taking to the streets throwing nail bombs.
Right.
What are we talking about here?
Yeah. There are dozens and dozens and probably hundreds of dozens of clips on X of imams. I don't know what they call. I know that imam is like a bishop, right? And I think a pastor would be something else, like the equivalent. Anyway, their equivalent of a pastor is up there speaking and saying, we didn't come here to assimilate. We came here to conquer, to dominate. We want mosques everywhere. Detroit, New York, there are people pulling over on the highway and chic. Thank you, Ohio Patriot. Yeah, there are people pulling over on the highway to pray. There are people blocking bathroom doors because if they don't get on their knees and pray in that moment, they're committing some sort of sin or something like that. These people are not here to assimilate into American culture.
No, they've made that clear. They've said it. It's been the words out of their own mouth. Like you said, there's video after video. Islam literally means to submit. Like that's the goal. Submit to Islam. But Alex, man, Chris Leave pegged us, bro. We just don't like religious freedom, man. It's like that's.
Yeah. I don't know. Honestly, I don't like religious freedom, so I don't think you should be able to practice whatever religion you want, and I don't think you believe that either, Chris.
No, I don't think he does either. I think I don't go as extreme as you. I don't think any other religion should be allowed into political office. Fun fact, and we've mentioned this before, the original 13 colonies, 11 of them, you had to declare faith in some kind of Protestantism, some denomination of Protestant to hold office, or you had to declare that the Bible was the truth, or Christ was the Messiah, or that you believed in the Trinity. Like each state had their own religious thing that you had to swear to get office. You had to affirm that, and I think we should have kept
the first 30 years.
Yeah, I think we should have kept those because sure, you can practice, but your ideology typically never fits with Western ideology. It just doesn't. So, hey, if you want to be a Buddhist or a Hindu or a Muslim in your home, fine, but you shouldn't be a police chief or a mayor or an elected official.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with that. All right, so we have a couple more videos about the Jake Lang situation. This is what Jake Lang had to say. Our friend Nick Shirley interviewed him here.
Our guy.
Second of all, what we need to understand is we voted in a Muslim mayor to New York City 2 months ago, and we've had the first Muslim terrorist attack on white Christians outside the mayor's home. People need to understand there's a correlation here. These things are connected. We are not safe in New York with Zoran Mandami, the Muslim, as our mayor. He is, by his very ability to be there, he is basically sponsoring and influencing and telling these people, go out and declare jihad. By not condemning it, he's basically saying more jihads against Christians like Jake Lang. And it goes beyond political violence.
Yeah, but okay, yes, he's right. I mean, you know how I feel about Jake Lang, but he doesn't do himself any.
He's supposed to be your boy, though.
I have a hard time feeling bad for Jake Lang. He invites this stuff on himself. If he acted in more of a biblical manner, he might attract more people to his rallies, and B, some more sympathy for when things like this happen to him. I'm not excusing what happened to him. And he, like I said, he's right in that clip. He nailed it on the head. But I mean, Jake, buddy, like you're playing with fire here. So expect the flames, man. I refuse to believe that Jake is surprised when people act violent towards him, because he's inviting it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's tough for me to say this because it reminds me of the Charlie Kirk situation. I heard people on the left over and over and over again say, yeah, what happened to him was awful. He shouldn't have been shot, but he's a racist. He's a bigot. He's a transphobe. And that but, when someone's life was taken or someone's life was attempted, it doesn't sit right with me is all. Mm-hmm. I do understand you've talked about Jake Lang in the past, and when you're condemning of certain actions, I get that. It does seem a little weird to me with the attempt on his life, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I don't think it deserves an attempt on his life.
Right.
But again, you have to be realistic about what you're doing, especially after the attempt on his life in Minnesota. Like, are you not prepared for these things now after you literally almost died? Like, he could have been killed in Minnesota if it wasn't for that dude who helped him through the crowd. Yeah. And we covered that story a little bit, I think.
Yeah, we did.
So I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not, I do not wish any attacks on his life, and I totally condemn any attacks on his life.
Yeah, I get it.
But he's it's just something about him. Like, is it for the clicks, dude? Is this you got a hot YouTube channel that you're just like putting yourself in danger just for that? I don't get it. What is your end game? Because he's not gaining support. He's not growing in popularity amongst the Christian base. Like, evangelicals aren't showing up to his rallies like in droves supporting this guy. So what is your end goal here?
Yeah, I get it. And honestly, this is what the left wishes Charlie Kirk was, or who they think Charlie Kirk was when they slander him all over the internet.
Exactly. That's a good point. That's a good point. Alex, are we deleting comments?
Have you never been on a YouTube live stream before? Sense of Spence? Nobody
Apparently
like
not.
We're not deleting your comments, dude. YouTube has automatic filters, so when you say something retarded, they don't show it.
Yeah, we did turn the retard filter up so people like you are a little extra censored. So be a little less retarded and you'll be all right, man. It's that simple. Jeez Louise.
Oh, that's funny. That's good.
For all three of you watching, kindly hit that thumbs up button though while you're here. Alex, what else you got for us on this topic? Anything, or we
So this is the last thing I have. I have 2 more videos. So I saw this guy post this, and he's talking about this sign here that the guy who threw the nail bomb is holding up. Right?
Okay.
Why'd you throw the bomb?
Right? And even the guy puts it down. So they were making a big deal about this. Have you ever seen this before?
I have not seen that.
Apparently it means Tawhid, which is one. That's like the idea of Unitarian monotheism of Islam, right? That's the whole idea. Like, that's one of Islam's biggest ideologies, right? Is Unitarian monotheism. And this is apparently a dog whistle for ISIS. And this is like, like documented, like if whatever the equivalent is of a gang sign, right? Like a gang tattoo that the at America has documented and said, you know, this is how you find a gang member by these tattoos. They have the same type of documentation for this sign. This is a well-known dog whistle for ISIS and for jihad. And what we see here, which was interesting when I went down this rabbit hole.
Was he signaling his boys?
Well, I think it's just like when a gang member gets, you know, caught up for a murder on one of the ops, and you know, he's just, you know, he sees his boy and he's like, yeah, gang, right?
That's the like same bees thing. Or something, yeah.
Right. But here is Ramadan in Mamdani's office. Let me see.
Oh, you're not sharing it, bro. You're not sharing it.
Usually you do that. I can't believe it.
Yeah, that's my mistake. What's going on here?
So right here, he throws this up and they start laughing.
Wow.
And this is in Mamdani's office. And then I thought, oh, well, like he threw it up with his left hand. It's like, but then I remembered Mamdani swore in on the Quran with his left hand. So like, that's not an issue.
So that's not an issue.
And this is very interesting to say the least. So I don't know. I kind of went down a rabbit hole with that.
So basically, Mamdani has ISIS terrorists working with him. Dude, they're laughing at us. The Muslims are laughing at us. We captured the top position in America's biggest city. Like, it's captured. It's done. Which flag? Mac McClow. Which flag are you talking about? The Iranian flag or which flag?
He's going to say the American flag came from Muslims. Watch, ready? No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. Sometimes I jump the gun too quick. Like, hey, I didn't mean it like that, bro.
Well, because that is something a retarded leftist would say. I mean,
yeah,
we know them so well. We can predict what they're going to tell us.
All right, Mac.
Okay.
Why don't you tell us?
Yeah, why don't you tell us, man? Give us your a history lesson or your version of the history lesson.
Epstein did it. He created the American flag.
Epstein created that flag, bro. Oh, here Here, let me share my screen. Iran, bro. You know they got them new jet fighters, right? Have you seen this?
Wait, Mac's not making any sense to me. Did this just happen?
This just happened.
This is in Iraq.
You see this dude? Zoom in. Full screen this. Full screen. It's crazy, bro. These Persians are crazy.
My grandmother would believe this.
Yeah. No new wars. Hey, man, I wish we could. I'm with you, but here we are. Here we are. I think. Listen, here's a reality that we all have to accept, even those of us who don't want new wars. The global stage makes it impossible now. We're never going to live in the times where America could be isolationist. It's just not going to happen. Like, you have to make big moves because other superpowers are making big moves. So you either fall behind or you keep up with everybody else. I don't think there's a way around it, man. I just think that I don't think there's a way around it. Y'all voted for this. I love these gas prices. Hey, man, y'all got us into Ukraine, and you jacked up the gas prices then too. So I don't want to hear it, hypocrite.
So that Muslim flying on Aladdin's rug. Now, so what do you think? Do you think, speaking of the Iran war, or it's a 13-day so-called war right now, do you think that this is a 4D chess move by the American government in fighting against China and Russia? That is kind of the theory I've been hearing floating around. What do you think about it?
Oh, brother,
There's another theory that I'm sure you've heard.
Here's the thing about war that we all have to keep in mind. Anything you hear during wartime is a lie.
Yeah.
Everybody is propaganda. Israel's dropping propaganda. America's dropping propaganda. Iran's dropping propaganda. You can't trust anything that you see. We might not find out what's really going on for years down the road. Free Iran, thank you, Trump. I assume you're not being sarcastic. I assume you actually do mean thank you, Trump. I hope. Look, honestly, I hope that regime gets overthrown.
What's going on in our chat right now?
Free Epstein first. Wait, he's still alive? Hold on now.
You missed one too. Let's see. Truther alert. First flag by George Washington was a 13-6 pointed star, like a Star David. Altered by Betty Ross to 5. Do you source? Trust me, bro. She was an honored order of the Eastern Stars, Moloch and Kion. If you are left versus right, you are the problem.
Hey, listen, man, I enjoy a tinfoil hat as much as the next person, but I have no idea what you're talking about.
Betsy Ross was a black woman. This is the best. Keep it coming, guys. This is entertaining.
Yeah, please keep it coming.
Pennsylvania Museum, dumbass. Let's look this up. But before we do, there was something. Oh, Epstein. Speaking of Epstein, they actually just raided Zorro Ranch. Did you hear about that?
I did not. What'd they find?
Yeah. Nothing yet.
Just to the news that it's been raided.
Yeah, I just saw it's been raided and they're conducting searches and investigations there. So we'll see.
Hey, my guy, if you are for real, hey, man, like I said, I hope your people get free and that regime falls and y'all can live like you did before 1979. I really do. But as far as the war goes, yeah, dude, I don't know. What do you think? Do you think we really know what's going on, or do you think this is some 4D chess? Because what I heard is that I have a guy who's ex-military that I'm in a Signal chat with a group of Christians, and he says that we have to eliminate all of China's allies so that they cannot take Taiwan. We cannot let China have Taiwan. And the reason is they make something over in Taiwan that like the majority of that thing comes from. I can't remember what it was off the top of my head, but.
So he is right. I mean, it's not a Star of David. It does resemble a Star of David. Now, are you saying like it was purposefully made a Star of David? I mean, I just looked up what you said.
Is this Israel derangement syndrome? Is that what we got going on here? Is Israel? Hey, it rained today. Damn Israel. Damn Israelis. The weather got cold. Israel, Netanyahu. Now that is one thing I am not is going to blame Israel for everything bad that happens. As if Jews run the world.
Yeah, this flag's from 1876. Sorry, I went down this rabbit hole. I probably shouldn't have did that live.
You're gonna have to put together a research paper for us and present it at the next Thursday's live stream.
Mac, I asked you for the source. You said Pennsylvania Museum, dumbass. So I Googled first U.S. flag in Pennsylvania Museum, and this is what came up. So maybe if you posted a source for what you wanted, for what you were trying to tell us, I'd be able to look it up correctly, right? Jeez, dude. And no, you use AI if you're slow, not like if you use AI, you're slow. You don't use AI to not be slow. Come on, dude.
This is what they want in our country. This is what they want in our country.
Bro, it reminds me of a video I saw of a boy who was rescued from Hamas, and I mean they grabbed him and threw him on a grown man's lap the way a guy would a hooker. Like it was the most disturbing thing I think I've ever seen.
Dude,
and it reminded me of those videos I'm sure you've seen back in Iraq. I actually know a chick who they would position her outside because they would like protect non-combative citizens, right? And so they would have the people who were fighting with them, right? So there were Iraqi soldiers fighting with them against the terrorists, right? And they would have these camps where they would pass around little boys like at night, and they would make U.S. soldiers stand guard outside. And obviously that's you can't, if you don't do that, you get discharged. Like that's disobeying a command. And she ended up like offing herself because she just couldn't deal with it. Like that was like her PTSD coming back from it. Yeah, that's what these people want America to be.
That's dude. That's gross, dude. That's just nasty. That's just nasty. Read the Romans Road. He will never leave or forsake you. Hey, we're both saved, brother. God bless you too. God bless you too.
I'm gonna go with Betsy Ross was a black woman. She was a black queen. I like that.
Sounds right. Sounds right.
Well, I don't have anything else for us tonight, Jeremiah.
Hey, even if you hate us right now, even if you think we suck, go. If you like to hate us, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel so you can hate us some more, and share the show with everyone and they mama. I don't know. Hey,
video of a Muslim child being married off to an old man.
Oh, you know what? We got that. Trump did. We did talk about this before the show. I feel like we gotta touch on it real quick here. Is that Trump told people to go ahead and sail right through that Strait of Hormuz?
Oh yeah,
and that's not going too well for folks right now.
Tensions between the U.S. and Iran are now raising concerns about the global oil supply as President Trump is urging shipping companies to keep moving oil through the Strait of Hormuz. You're looking at images of an oil tanker caught on fire in the strait after being struck by an Iranian projectile. These attacks are threatening the key route that carries about 1/5 of the world's oil supply. Some shipping companies have warned vessels to avoid the area, but the president says tankers should continue using the passage. U.S. officials also say Iran may be preparing to deploy sea mines, while the Pentagon released videos showing strikes on Iranian vessels believed to be capable of laying them.
They did lay the
These
mines.
are the kinds of moments that these reserves are used for, because what we have here is not.
Now, the problem is with this strait being closed, Alex, is with gas prices the way they are, there's not a single Republican getting reelected with these gas prices. It's just not happening. Like, this was the worst time to not be able to end a war quickly. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, and take out the MAGA trash. Says Iran is defending themselves. Are you specifically talking about the Strait of Hormuz? Because how would that be defensive when they're just attacking trade ships?
When you attack trade ships is there the best defense is a good offense? Is that your is that your logic there? I can tell you have no logic just by your name. Take out the MAGA trash. It tells me you have Trump derangement syndrome, and you probably blame Trump for everything bad that happens into your life. Stub your toe, darn you, Trump. We wouldn't be. See, I already brought this up to somebody in the chat. We wouldn't be in the reserves if the war wasn't started by Trump. Hey, Biden, this stupid war, the Ukraine war that he facilitated, caused gas prices to go up, and he drained reserves. But you probably didn't have a problem with that because Sleepy Joe did it. So it's just you're falling on deaf ears here. You're falling on deaf ears.
I wish one day, I hope God grants me one day the confidence to talk about things and act like I know exactly what I'm talking about when I indeed have no clue what I'm talking about. Mobility denial is basic military tactics. Were these military ships that they were attacking? What are you talking about?
He has no idea what he's talking about. Mr. Darcy, he should have waited till after the midterms. Yes, I think he got bad information. I don't know. I hope this is 4D chess. I hope they pound him into oblivion in this by the end of March Madness basketball tournament, that this war is over and we're good to go. Because if it's not, that's it. I mean, the midterms it's done. Trump's presidency is over if we lose the midterms. It's done. So
yeah, I don't think the intentions were to start a war, but I mean, does Iran actually think they have a chance? Like, playing with fire right now.
Iran, I think, is a more powerful foe than I think we underestimated the enemy, possibly, because Israel was like, "Hey, we're doing it." What did I hear? We should have let Israel strike them by themselves. We should have said, "Fine, go ahead and hit Iran." Then we should have let Iran retaliate and hit our bases, and then we retaliate in return. Someone said that would have been the smarter play. Is to let Israel, hey, if you want to strike Iran, fine, let them do it. Let Iran strike our bases after that. Now we're retaliating. We're not going on the offensive. We're responding to our bases being hit at that point after that.
I don't understand this person at all. Do you actually think Iran has any, do you think if, tomorrow Trump was like, all right, we're no holds bar, we're not playing around anymore, that Iran would last a week? We would literally be able to decimate Iran inside of a week. No doubt. If Trump was just like, boom, let's go. So what are you saying? We didn't underestimate them. Trump did. No, maybe we underestimated how stupid they are. I don't understand. And again, disruption of supply chains is basic military tactics. Again, whose supply chains are they disrupting? How is this hurting the U.S.? It's raising gas prices for civilians? $1 maybe? How is that at all a W? Well, I don't. So,
well, you're attacking. You're attacking civilian ships. Supply chain or not? I mean, that's not a defensive maneuver. That's an offensive maneuver.
Yeah.
All right, I got one last video for you in honor of Women's Month. We did miss National Women's Day, Alex. We weren't live streaming for that. By the way, if you are in the chat, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to our channels, and share the show with everybody that you know. We are here live every Thursday night at 9:30 p.m. Central. So if you want to join and hate us every Thursday, we welcome you. We welcome you to come and hate us every Thursday. But in honor of National Women's Day, the month of women, I bring to you the liberal white woman.
What?
This is what Take Out the MAGA Trash is doing.
That is Take Out the MAGA Trash. That is them. Like she's going Super Saiyan.
I used to do this when I was 6 in the mall.
When my mom was shopping, when I couldn't get a Happy Meal.
When my mom was shopping, I would go around. I step out on all the gold plates that held the electricity like entry points for the outlets, and every time I stepped on one, I would scream and go Super Saiyan. That's how I kept myself busy without an iPhone as a 6-year-old.
That's what got us in this mess. That's their ritual.
And Take Out the MAGA Trash, you literally said they were defending themselves. So where's the straw man?
They don't know what they're talking about. They never do. I feel bad for the dog. Yeah, so do I. That poor dog is owned by that woman. It's just too much. Well, Alex, that's all I have. I think you said that's all you have. Where can people find you? What do you got going on?
Word War Debate. I'll be doing a debate league. I don't know. They're kind of slacking on putting out information, but I'm sure they'll get it out soon. So I'll be doing like hopefully four back-to-back debates, because that means I'll be winning because it's single elimination. And
how do they decide winners?
Man, they said audience will decide winners, which I think is an awful method to decide winners.
Well, you better start learning how to play to a crowd.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see. I think it would make sense to me, because like if you just do a poll of who won, it becomes a popularity contest. Especially if someone has an audience, right? But if you say, if you made like 4 different polls and you're like, who had the better opening statement? Who had the better this? Who had the better that? Asking a direct question like that will get more honesty from the audience, I think.
When does that going down?
I don't know. They haven't announced it yet, but they said that so this all leads up to the next in-person Word War Debate event. And then it will, so that last debate is what everybody wants to get to. If you get to that point, you get to debate on stage in front of a lot of people. And on the stage, I mean, like they almost hosted Candace Owens versus Steven Crowder. So these guys have some pull. Sam Tripoli, the comedian who's had a pretty good career the last couple of years, been on Joe Rogan a few times. He's kind of like the face of it. They have big investors backing them. So I'm hoping to win that. And then by April, they said they'll be hosting the next event. So they got to do these debates quick, because there's going to be 32 participants. So
very nice.
It's going to happen soon. Yeah. Check it out. You can find it at Word War Debate, or I'm sure I'll be streaming it too if they allow me to.
For sure. Hit that like button, subscribe to our channels. I got a video up where I agree with and defend the position of everybody's favorite Jew, Ben Shapiro. Check that video out on my channel at Jeremiah Campana. That's all I got going on. Again, catch us here every Thursday, 9:30 p.m. EST.
And with that, have a good night. God bless. See you all next week.